When it comes to managing food waste, there's 4 things that everyone needs to know. You need to be able to shop well, store food properly, you need to be able to cook it well, and of course have some idea of what you're going to do with your leftovers. But I reckon the real key is that first one. Make sure you've got some great ingredients. This here is absolutely my favourite beef. It's verified black Angus, and yes, it's a big one, but don't worry, it's designed to serve at least 2 people. What I'm going to show you is the professional technique for cooking it. Now it's a little simple and a little complicated all at the same time. Salt, absolutely. And yes, a little pepper as well. For spices, and you know how much I love those, we're going with 2 things. Fennel seeds, always been my fave. Sumac, it's absolutely brilliant. It's got a fresh lemony flavour, and it's even better once it's been cooked. Of course, the spices aren't going to work on their own. You're going to need a little bit of olive oil. You want to make sure it's a really good extra virgin olive oil, preferably from Australia. This one's actually out of South Australia. Go you South Aussies! And just drizzle it on. And that's all you need to do to the steak. It is pretty amazing, but I'm sure you'd agree, this ribeye is not going to cook itself. You're going to want to make sure you've got a really lovely heavy-based frying pan, because that's the secret to getting that lovely caramelized crust. Of course, if it's non-stick, like this one, it's even better. It even tells you when it's hot. Brilliant stuff. That is a glorious smell. Now, I promised you a little bit of professional technique, and this is where it happens. You might think to yourself, you just do your steak in the pan, but no, what you want to do is you take your tray and put a rack over the top. As soon as it's seared on both sides, we're going to transfer it to here and pop it into a hot oven. Now what that does is it enables us to get lovely air movement around it for a better caramelized crust. While that's cooking, we need to make something to go with it. And it's a great little sauce I've got in mind. Spanish called this Romesco. You're probably going to call it hazelnut sauce. But it starts with thinking about food waste. This here is just some leftover bread. It's actually half a pack of bagels that I didn't get around to eating. But rather than see them go to landfill, I'm going to turn it into something. Actually, did you know that 1 in 4 bags of shopping in Australia end up wasted? It's terrible. You can save some money, save the environment, and even make something delicious. All right, we're going to pop that in the food processor along with some toasted hazelnuts, a bit of cumin and paprika, garlic, lemon zest and juice, and there's one more thing. What would that be? Oh yeah, olive oil. One of the things I love about this unit, you've got the multiple speeds, which is kind of unique, and that looks absolutely amazing. Now, the steak still needs a little bit of time in the oven, but that's okay. I've got one last thing to do. One of my favorite things in Australia, sugarloaf cabbage. So sweet, so good. Forget steaming, forget boiling. You need to pan fry or roast, and we're gonna pan fry. And then it's just a matter of grabbing our delicious South Australian extra virgin olive oil. Just throw it in with a little bit of salt. That's it. Good quality ingredients, clever cooking. You end up with less food waste and more flavour. We started this recipe thinking about the great techniques we can use to avoid food waste. We've bought beautiful quality ingredients and we've cooked them really sensibly. And as a result, you have a plate here where not a single mouthful will go to waste. And more importantly, remember, this is a steak for at least 2 people, maybe even 3, which means you really can share this plate with a mate and stay connected.